Hey Moguls, it's Dr. T here, and I'm coming to you with another Mogul upgrade. So you can mogul on up into your higher reality, build your amazing power couple strategy, your empire reality, your dynasty family, live out your higher destiny, and create a legacy. And that starts by understanding what's going on and how to navigate this world like a mogul, like a most powerful, influential, successful, sovereign leader of your reality. Okay, so one of the things that will help is to really understand what is going on and how you can really be a mogul in this world at this time where there's really not a lot of other options. So, our focus today in our mogul making process is really a mogul transmission to help you understand a bit about the hijacking of humanity and why the world is the way it is. So, welcome to this mogul transmission, where the truth you really were not supposed to hear actually meets the power you were always meant to activate. All right, I'm Dr. Tracy Thomas. I am a quantum transformation advisor, a mogul reality maker. For many years, I have been a reality scientist and helping people transform their lives from the lower frequency into the higher frequency of multidimensional reality and creating at that level. I am the founder of the International Moguls Club as well, where we transform leaders to become the new sovereign moguls of the new world and create the world we all need to create together. I really build these sovereign moguls into the new world leaders because we know the ones that we have right now have led us to where we are right now, and we need something new. So, this is about being able to navigate the quantum age with absolute clarity, authority, and multidimensional mastery. And if you're hearing this video, you've already stepped into the field of the upgrade, as I refer to it. So, stay with me because this doesn't, not just a video, right? This is a threshold of transformation. So let's dive into this upgrade, moguls. And let's just get something clear here. You did not fail. Okay. Humanity didn't fail. I know you know this, but it's important to really get this. The game was rigged from the beginning. It's been rigged for a very long time. It's been rigged against you. It's been rigged for anything other than your empowerment. And it is and it will be until we create a new world of sovereign mogul leaders who replace the kind of leadership that we have had for many generations. If we can even call those people leaders anymore, that's not my definition. So it's important to understand the basis of reality in general and the way that humans exist in this reality, because your human design, your blueprint from the creator, the source that's creating all of this life itself as it's creating and expressing itself, right? Your own amazing human design, the asset, the system that you are, and the value of what it is. Let's just get real. It was never allowed to fully activate. And it's not because you weren't worthy, but it's because the very system you were born into was engineered to downgrade your potential while amplifying the potential of a select minority. All right. And we all fell for it. We were told the world was based on capitalism, merit, personal development, this creative force. And we all had equal access to create and really become. And in truth, this system, the system that you are likely in, depending on where you are, was created in a different way than you think. So the truth is quite different. The truth is that for the most part, if you live in this world at this time, and especially if you lived in a Western civilization, the truth is that you came up in a system built on colonial manipulation, frequency distortion, and the deliberate gaslighting and psychological warfare against the human species, turning people that were born to be profound creators like yourself and top moguls of reality at one of the most incredible times in human history, the Industrial Revolution and into the technological revolution. And you were meant to be a powerful creator, a powerful mogul. And most people were turned into cogs in someone else's wheel. And this wasn't accidental. This was truly psychological warfare disguised as opportunity. And it's gone on for a very long time, but things are getting more revealed now. Because you were brought in for a very specific purpose, and it's in your human design operating system blueprint. You are an asset intentionally brought in. And in fact, you came in to this world with a sacred purpose to go through a sacred journey of becoming and creating. We all talk about changing the world, but you were here to create a version of the world with the asset that you are when it is used properly. All right. This is the expression of divine intelligence coming through you. Right. And it was supposed to be the very currency of your life and life itself. Instead, you were misdirected, misguided, distracted, neglected, intentionally programmed into a low frequency version of yourself and extracted from by serious parasites that are pathological and can never, ever get enough for themselves. And this is why things, I think in my whole life, I was like, oh, I'm going to help fix the school system. Let me be real. Nobody that's in charge wants that fixed. Okay. It was on purpose. So it's important to know, because to become a top mogul who is sovereign in your life, we need to face the truth, and not the truth where we're just bitching and moaning, but the truth that will transform you. Because every time you ever tried to rise, you were constantly working against a continuous feed of programming, whether it was back in the day with the radio, with the TV, and eventually when it became the computer and social and all of it. You were fed a simulation of reality that was designed to program you that that was reality, but that's not the creator's reality. The creator's reality is that you are a massive asset to this world who was deployed into this world to create it in a certain way. And instead, all the people who are in a corrupt version of power, which I don't even consider power, I just consider it pathological sickness. Taking power over people does not make you powerful. It simply makes you sick. Right? So you were fed a false game run by a small minority who programmed their lineage to thrive while ensuring yours stayed stuck in the survival frequency and reality. And they call this capitalism. Right? This is what they call progress. This is what they call, this is just how it is, and this is the greatest place ever. And now, as humanity sits at the very edge of collapse, depleted, exhausted, traumatized, disoriented, you are being called to make the greatest evolutionary leap ever attempted by any class or cohort of humans. It's quite extreme. It's as if you were here to become an Olympic champion of reality, of quantum exponential reality in the new exponential age. And at the very time you needed to step up to your highest performance, You are at the very lowest level of the frequency because you have been programmed, lowered, downgraded, manipulated, distracted, distorted. You've been fed an illusion, and everybody is just struggling at their lowest. I think the frequency of the world right now is barely 200, and we need to be up in the thousands to even be able to hang at all in the new quantum reality and how fast reality is going to go. It's going to change on every level. It's more like the frequency that most of humanity is in is something akin to like animated death, not actual life. That's why the breath work thing is so big these days. It's like, let's get you to breathe so you're actually alive because you've been worked to the bone, manipulated on a hamster wheel. And as someone that lived in America most of my life until more recently, thank God I got out, it was a hamster wheel. Like I could say I did everything that I was supposed to do, including like profoundly living my purpose on the deepest level, not just being great in the corporate world, not just leading, not just growing every second of every day, not just delivering value, not just teaching, training, uplifting, upgrading, but literally being all in for my purpose, as so many of you are. Like it's not a job, it's not a option, right? It's a mission. And still, I was like, well, there's only so much success you could do in a dying system. You can't be successful in a dying system. It's not a long-term strategy, right? So this is the difficulty. You're trying to go from the lowest frequency of animated death to the highest expression of sovereign multidimensional life, where technology is 1,000,000,000% smarter than we are, and we must get upgraded. So here's the hard truth. This leap is not guaranteed. And when I'm being really even more honest and authentic than ever, many people are not going to make it. Okay. And that's because they were not ever told the truth of reality. They were not given their understanding of their human design, their purpose, their mission here, and the aspects of reality they came to create and with whom. They were not shown the asset that they are, and they were never put in the right frequency and activated into the highest potential and the highest timeline and destiny. And the truth is that really to date, given the power dynamics that have been in place in the long-standing millennia that humanity has been in the low ass survival frequency down in the 3D, 2D, 1D level, low in the frequency. That's all that means. The truth is humanity was never even given a chance. It's a group of people that just can never fill the black hole that they are. They can never have enough power, enough control. And I mean, we all like being successful, but success does not need to come at the cost of human life, of human dignity. It's not necessary. There's plenty for everybody. These people are parasites extracting from you. They're pathological. They're not coming to save you. They're not fixing the government. It's not magically going to fix itself the way they want you to believe it. And the truth is, you just were never given a chance because they didn't want you to have one. They didn't want you in power. They didn't want you to compete. They didn't want you to take the throne. So you're sitting on your most amazing human design that you are and what it's supposed to do. And if you're not doing that, then your system will never activate into the success that you were born to create. It cannot happen. There's no amount of low frequency hard work that can ever give you the highest frequency activation of your own human design asset of you. So it's sad that people weren't given a chance, but this is a different moment now. So maybe this is your chance. And because everybody is going to have to transform or risk the ultimate downgrade that is so extreme that most of these elite people that are creating all the AI and all the tech companies, they're, talking about it's going to be difficult. They're not telling you the truth. Reality as you know it is gone. It is over. It is dissolving, and a new frequency is here. And by 2027, it'll click all the way in. The old reality won't be here anymore. It will keep dissolving as if you're watching a weird movie, like where the King Kong is stepping on everything. It's like it's going away. And so the truth is, you're forced to make the transformation from really the lowest levels of programming, because all the programming, even the best people in humanity, have the programming of the current humanity, which is not good. It's really low frequency. And working and transforming a lot of rich people, they have a lot of money that they acquired without the frequency. So it's not like, that's success. Right? So it's a forced upgrade for everybody. And some will make it and some won't. But this is your chance to become the quantum human you were always meant to be. You can rise into a mogul reality, a sovereign dimensional field designed for those who are done with the distortion and misdirection and are ready to lead, create, and live in alignment with divine evolution that is raising us up and going to put us through the most rapid transformation that a human species has ever been through, because it's been trickling it in and trickling in. And that's why all the transformative leaders are getting into place and have been in place for a while, because a mutation is happening. And eventually it trickles, it's subtle. And then all of a sudden the tipping point starts happening. February of 2027 will be the biggest tipping point in human history, where the old frequency that created the old reality is gone. Not a drop of it left. The other reality is dissolving and the new reality is not yet built, because guess what? You moguls are meant to build it. And that's what we do at the Moguls Club, because you were meant to know who you are. You're meant to know what reality really is. You're meant to know exactly how your human design works, because you're an asset to this world. And if you are not deployed correctly, especially during this upgrade, humanity won't make the upgrade, and that includes you. Okay? You're here to know how to apply yourself with intentionality, with alignment. You're here to know how to lead yourself, your partnerships, your family, your company, and your community through the upgrade. Okay? And at this stage in human history, the only ones who are going to thrive are those who invest in becoming their higher selves, not as an option, but as a set of rapidly evolving, sovereign, quantum capable leaders that we need in this world right now. It's just the way it is. It's a military moment, not the actual military, but it's a call to arms. Okay, so if you're still watching, it means this truth is resonating. And here's how to go deeper. First of all, it's great you're taking this upgrade, but you've got to get your human design chart clear. And the link below in the description will help you know exactly what you are and what your role is. Okay? It's not personality fluff. It's not woo-woo. This is mogul level, understanding that there's an equation to humanity and all the parts in the organism of reality. And you are a part, and you function in a very specific way in the whole puzzle and the matrix of higher dimensional reality, not lower dimensional simulated reality. It's your like sovereign instruction manual. It's like the mogul manual of you. You need to know what you are. And I'd love to see you comment in the comments on this video exactly what you are. I'm a 5-1 projector. Let me know. Are you a 2-4 manifester, a 1-3 manifesting generator, a 6-3 generator? Are you a 4-1 reflector? What are you? We need to know who is here, who's ready to activate in transformation, because there's a variety of things that you can do to transform and step into transformation as the safeguard for your life. Because guess what? Even if you haven't hit your goals yet, If you are actively in transformation, you are in a high frequency and you are protected from the low frequency stuff that's going to continue to happen. Right? So you can learn that through my transformational books. The links are all in the bio. These are not just self-help transformation books. These are literal strategy and frequency weapons for you to use to transform yourself and make sure you're raising your frequency baseline to match the new frequency coming in, and start to put yourself in a position where you're not only going to be secure, you're going to fully awaken, you're going to start to reign over your reality, and you're going to start to transcend what's been happening. You can learn all about the International Moguls Club, a global movement of incredibly well intended and committed sovereign builders who are no longer participating in the collapsing reality and aligning in that circuitry and trying to hold on to it. Because anyone with circuitry to the old reality that's collapsing will go down with it. When you connect with us, we're building the next civilization, and you want to be a part of the people that are the new moguls of the new reality. You don't want to keep investing in an illusion and a distortion that is going away. All right. So we've got all kinds of offerings and programs and strategies and opportunities that will transform you into the leader you were coded to be. It's in your human design, and the future needs you to activate into that now. Moguls, it's not about comfort anymore. Okay. It's not about comfort or suffering in the old way, just like getting through it. It's not about chronic stress and suffering and pain. It's about transformation and living outside your comfort zone, which is where you're going to be anyway. But it can be outside your comfort zone as a downgrade is happening, which is brutal, or out of your comfort zone as an upgrade is happening, a transformation, an elevation of you. Okay, it's about dimensional mogul level leadership, because no one's ever been in the quantum age other than the projectors who are part of your human design system, people like me who live there and are help elevating people to it. It's effectively, we're having a reality relocation, and it's about aligning yourself with the future that is already here, while you're in another one and you're just unfortunately oriented to that. But you need to be oriented to the higher quantum frequency fields that are higher dimensional reality. You probably hear a lot about 4D and 5D, and that's fine. We're going to move through those. That's something my company has been doing for almost 14 years now. But we're talking about a path over many decades that's going to take us into the 12D eventually. And you're going to be in a constant state of transformation. There is no opt out. It's in the frequency that's coming in. Okay, so this dimensional leadership is not going to be an option. You're either going to be a slave who is like, you think people think they've been like a slave in the Industrial Revolution. In the technological revolution, it is either you're in the utopia or you are in the dystopia. There is no two options. If you are a slave in the new world, you are never getting out of there. And I want to be honest with people. Okay, because it's really about aligning yourself to the only future that you should be accepting. And whatever you're doing in this life, if you are sitting around watching Netflix and doing dumb shit that is not going to get you where you need to go, I am here to say to you, every moment of the clock that is ticking, that you are not growing, transforming, getting into super mogul level shape, emotional, physical, cognitive, spiritual, mental, all of it, to take on what has to be taken on, to go through the upgrade that's in progress, to be in a nonstop level of transformation and change, where right now you're likely not in a position of authority and other people are calling the shots. And we need you moguls with a good heart, good soul, pure intentions to get into position, so you get to take advantage of the upgrade and the opportunity. You get to help people navigate it instead of being just a whole nother level of controlled, manipulated, and distracted, which would be really unfortunate, because right now is like the quantum gold rush, and you have an opportunity to be one of the greatest leaders of it. But you also have the opportunity to miss it and become someone that never, ever catches it. And there can be dire consequences to that. So if you've been waiting for a sign that it's time to rise into your Mogul self, this is it. Step out of the simulation that some colonizing parasitic extractors put you in from the time you were young and your parents too. Step into the field of sovereignty and the new frequency that is coming in, the frequency of sovereignty to transform your life. Step into your Mogul reality. We've got so many ways to help you. Please let us know what you are in the comments. Let us know what human design you are. Grab the books, get your human design chart done, and start understanding what your role is in this new world. Because if you are alive on planet Earth at this time, you came in to go through the upgrade and transform into it and take humanity into it, or you came here to lead it, or you came to do both. But it is not an option. So it's time to mogul up, moguls. Way to take this upgrade in. I know you know there are more videos and upgrades to immerse yourself in so that you know what is occurring and how to navigate it. It's time to awaken, reign, and transcend. All right, moguls, and I know you can do it, and I'll see you on the throne. Take care. Bye bye.